Yo, it's random. GameSpot, but Cyberpunk has seen a big drop off in players on Steam in its first month. Have you stopped playing? So basically, they made this post yesterday about how people stopped playing Cyberpunk. And then a bunch of people said, "Bro, you guys have been posting the same article multiple times a day, a week, and yeah, people aren't playing Cyberpunk because they beat the game and moved on. It's not a big deal. God, this is such a dumb fucking take. It's a hyped up single player game that people are playing a lot and end up finishing. It's like a surprise that people stop watching Breaking Bad after the finale. Well, no shit. Wasn't the game supposed to be multiplayer? Um, what else? Why do you post this every single day? Look at what this game doesn't. Look at what this game has simulated. Doesn't look like the trailer. Took way too long to develop. Broken. That's when more delivered. Why would people continue playing it? We did everything the game it had to offer, and that's it. It's not a game as a service. Jeez. Okay. Well, it's not because a lot of people have completed and move on. Use your heads, GameSpot, Jesus. Now, unlike GameSpot, which they basically had like this, I want to say journalists with air quotes, who played the game. People finished the game actually, and a bunch of people are saying this and that. Like, hey, people finished the game, so it's not really that big of a deal because there was a lot of players. It was really hyped up. A bunch of people played it from beginning to end, and that's it, and enjoyed the open world aspects. Um, Unlike that journalist of yours that really didn't do anything and didn't integrate anything to her review. But let's give it the benefit of the doubt and read the article. Just let me pop out the water. Cyberpunk 2077 has set a number of impressive sales feats since it launched next year. Technically, such as 13 million copies at launch, and record-breaking on Steam for the most current user ever single-player game. Cyberpunk 2077 also has several other achievements that CD Projekt Red likely doesn't want to celebrate, such as Sony and Microsoft offering full refunds to customers due to multiple performance issues within the game, with even Sony going as far as to pull the game from the PlayStation Store. I'm 100% sure that GameSpot published way too many articles about Cyberpunk being delayed again, this and that. Why has Cyberpunk been delayed again? Why has Cyberpunk been delayed again? And then people rush to the developers, and this is what happens. It was a buggy mess. Better optimized on PC than console, Cyberpunk 2077 has had a more positive reception on the platform, but has failed to maintain a player base since launch. Cyberpunk 2077 has lost 79 of its players since launch, according to GitHub data, with its current ping being over 200 players in comparison to December's last over 1 million players. That's because people's been playing it non-stop since launch, and they finished the game. Except that it's a brain journalist. They can't put two and two together. Plus, the game journalist's worst enemy is themselves for how stupid they're saying. By contrast, it took CD Projekt Red's previous Witcher game, The Wild Hunt, 3 months to lose that percentage. However, this Witcher 3 started from a much lower peak around 92,000 at launch in 2015. First of all, The Witcher 3 has a way longer story. If you actually did your research, you will find out that CD Projekt Red said, hey, the Cyberpunk's main story is going to be way shorter than The Witcher. But what can I expect from them? Cyberpunk 2077 has a long road ahead of its before its universally loved CD Projekt Red Witcher series. Still haven't held back from questioning the founder and the upper management about the crunch game's marketing, and the clash action lawsuit alleging the studio had poor quality of the game on last-gen consoles is underway. Now, my thoughts about this is simple. GameSpot is stupid. And first of all, Cyberpunk Cyberpunk is the perfect example on why you should never ever rush game developers. If it gets delayed, so what, man? It should be more stable. Listen, I think Cyberpunk should have been released like mid 2021 by the looks of it, and I honestly didn't have any problem with it getting delayed again, since I really wasn't that much into the hype. Second of all, I like seeing all these people like complain about how the console port's so bad when there have been so many PC ports that have been god awful, like Red Dead Redemption 2, apparently GTA 5 and 4, Horizon Zero Dawn, and a bunch of others, which is laughable, honestly. And PC gamers are like, oh, you had a bad console port? Sucks to be you. We've been getting that forever. And anyway, so plus with a game as hyped as Cyberpunk, I'm really not surprised why the player base dropped, because like I said again, if you play a game for a really long time, you're eventually gonna finish it. Like, it's not a multiplayer game where it has new content being released where you can play a bunch of missions with your friends and do a bunch of weird co-op missions, which is, well, that's that. Plus, one more thing I want to get into. You can just get out of the video if you want. But damn, I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, it's apparently the most stable in Google Stadia, and when I go into Google Stadia, all the free games, quote unquote, I have to pay for, or I need to have Stadia Pro. Plus, Stadia sucks, and I can't even play with my internet even when I'm home alone, which is another big L. What else do I want to say? Honestly, I think that's about it. See ya.